we want to bring on our special guests of GigU, Pedro, who we've had on. I'm not sure where he went. Oh, there he is. And then we also have Thiago on today. How you guys doing?
Hey Chris, hey Sergio.
Hey guys. So they're in Brazil, folks, by the way. So yeah. Oh, by the way, where's our GigU heads, guys? What's happening?
We're sending you. We just
your
had
merch.
This is like the check is in the mail kind of a thing, Chris. we'll get it. What?
We'll send you both colors. Promise.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on now. Anyway, so welcome, guys. We're delighted to have you again on today. They've been on, well, Pedro has been on before. Thiago is the head of U.S. operations for GigU. As most of you know, GigU will not only make you a safer driver, but it'll also make you more money, actually, because I've written an article about, veterans, what the newbies can learn from veterans, but even the veterans can learn from other veterans, and specifically GigU automates that. What it does is it basically shows you how to pick your trips, because there is no rule that says you have to accept every trip. There's none of that stuff going on. And don't you worry about deactivation or this or that, because as an independent contractor, you have the right to decline as many trips as you like. So we've been working with GigU on this profit calculator. Now, this is not a cost calculator. This is a profit calculator, meaning we're going to showcase it to you guys in a minute. I am extremely, extremely proud and excited about this product, okay? One, because I think a lot of drivers are not honest with themselves. They'll just go out and drive, and they'll just make some dough and cash flow, and they do it for that. They don't do it for profits. We are in it for profitability. We are not in it for, make some money, pay some bills, and then 5,000 miles a month you drove, and if you're a full-time driver, and you 60,000 miles a year, bad back, bad car, you have nothing to show for it. Well, if you were a profitable driver, then you would have something to show for it. So now, Pedro and Thiago, you guys explain in your own words what the profit calculator is, how it came about, and give us some color about that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, first of all, we think of ourselves not only an app, we are an educational company. So we help drivers understand much more about being a better business person. So drivers are business, right? So sometimes you're only looking at earnings, but earnings is just half the story. There are a lot of operational costs involved, and sometimes you even accept like non-profitable or trips that you lose money. So you should really try to reject these kinds of trips and only accept those ones that are profitable. So the profit calculator was something that we tried to make drivers understand a little bit more about their costs and how much they're profiting. Some people do like use Excel sheets that record their daily expenses, which is a really hard work, and you have to have a lot of discipline. So we wanted to make this really simple tool that it takes like 3 minutes for you to fill in, and then you have a lot of understanding. And then I think it's best for us to showcase the tool, and at the end you'll see all the results and a little bit more of what we're talking about here.
Yep.
Yeah. So Sergio, I'm gonna take you as an example, and you're gonna do the profit calculator with me. Sound good?
Before we start any of this, now this is not in the GigU app, correct?
Okay. So important thing is this is a web-based platform, so you can use on iOS system and Android system. Okay.
Okay. So for folks who say that GigU is not on iOS, this has nothing to do with that. Even if you have an Apple or iOS, obviously, you can still use the profit calculator. The GigU app, the cherry picking app, or the GigU app itself is only available at the moment for Android. But this profit calculator and the cherry picking game that we're going to talk about in a minute is both for Android and iOS. So don't make an excuse because you have an iOS saying, it doesn't work. It works. You need to go to this link and put your numbers in. Be honest with yourselves, everyone.
Exactly. And on top of that, it's totally free. Okay.
It's totally free. Yep.
All right. So shall we start?
Yeah, well, let's go, man.
All right. So start your diagnosis. So Sergio, let me know about your car status. You own it,
Okay.
finance, or rent it?
Own the car.
Okay. What's the car brand?
Kia.
Kia. All right. Kia. Right. Car model.
Seltos. Seltos.
Oh, Saltos. Oh, I don't think we have that one here. Maybe.
Okay. Well,
Should we go to another one, like Sorrento?
okay. Well,
this
let's go with another car. Let's go with another Kia, but let's go with a Forte.
Okay. Four.
So put Seltos in there but it's a newer model. That's why it's probably not in there.
Oh, right. So yeah, but I don't have that one yet.
You don't have. What do you have in there?
Yeah, for Kia we have like Forte. Yeah, we do have Forte. Yeah.
Yeah, Kia Forte. Okay.
Okay. The car year?
2023.
2023. All right. License plate is optional, so I just put like XXX.
Just put XXX.
Yeah. So next, so we have the work. So hours per day, days per week.
Okay, so let's put in 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day.
20 hours a week.
No, days per week. So how many days per week?
Then 5 days a week.
5 days a week, and you work 4 hours per day, right?
Yes. So I'm a part-time driver.
All right. So we're a part-time driver. So miles per day.
We're gonna just fill it in. We're just demonstrating it for you, but let's go with 150 miles.
150 miles. Okay.
That's probably too high, but let's go with that.
Yeah,
a bit high, but a bit high, but so let's say
Okay.
your weekly average earning is about what, and it's included all apps and private rides as well.
Okay. I'm gonna go weekly average earnings of. Give me. Let me just figure this out.
Yeah, I have to be honest.
$650.
650.
Yeah.
Okay.
650, not 1600,
Yes,
right?
$650, not $6.50.
Sorry. Can you cut it for me?
650.
650.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So there's
Okay.
already. Just go back, please, Thiago.
Yeah.
So your earning per mile is $0.9.
Yeah.
And your earnings per hour is 32.5. So that's already a very helpful information for you to know.
Right. So it automatically calculated because I put in 150 miles and 650 in gross earnings. It took it and divided by the 20 hours, and it took it divided by the miles, and that's how I came up with 0.90 cents a mile and 32.50 an hour.
Exactly. So let's talk
Not
about
your profit
fuel.
yet, but it's your gross earnings, right?
So let's talk about fuel. So fuel type is gasoline, right?
Absolutely.
So fuel economy, about what?
I would say 32 miles per gallon.
32, and the price per gallon, of course, depends on the
$4
state
a gallon.
you are. Okay, forced. It's a bit high.
It is $4 a gallon. I just bought it.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
four.
Yeah, I know.
Actually.
But actually, from the States is like 350, right?
Well, so that's why everybody's numbers are going to differ. Everybody's car is different. Everybody's weekly driving is different. Everybody's gas mileage is different, and all that stuff.
Exactly, and that's the important part of it. It's totally customizable. Okay, so this gives you your fuel cost per mile, okay, and your weekly fuel cost.
There you go, folks.
So next, the rest of your expenses. So let's just say maintenance, about what?
Let's go with if we do 600 miles, then about $50 a week.
$50
$50
a week.
$50 a week. Yeah, $50 a week.
Yeah, which gives you like $200 per month.
Yeah, you can also put 50 and how often you can put per week if you want to.
Yeah, so if you want to put like $50, as you said, and just put per week, that's okay as well. So insurance per month, or I don't know.
Insurance per month is $220. So $55 a week.
Okay, so if you want to say like just per month, I'll just put $220 per month.
Yeah.
Taxes and fees.
We don't pay any taxes as rideshare drivers because we take the 74 cents a mile deduction, but 15% is what I would think of off the top of the head as an independent contractor. So let's go with $90
$90 per
week.
week, right? Okay.
Yeah, 15% of the
Okay.
15% of the 650.
Okay.
Okay.
So the car wash.
Okay, $10 a week. I have a subscription for 50 bucks a month. So
Okay. And if you do want to add any custom costs, let's just say phone bill, like you can add it. Let's just say you
Okay.
have like, I don't know,
unlimited data, it would run me probably $15 a week.
$15 a week.
Yes.
Okay.
$60
And you
a
can
month.
keep adding custom costs as many as you
Right.
as you wish. But
Right.
let's just say you have this one here, phone bill, and that's it.
Right.
So now you have the total cost per mile and the total weekly costs. Okay. This is apart from the fuel. So
Okay.
you just have to press finish. This will give you like the signing page. So I just put my email, for example. So you have to send a code for your email and you have to confirm the code. I'll just grab my phone here. So 749948. Okay, just put verify, and here comes the magic. So now we give you the weekly net profit. So you gave me your weekly average earnings, right?
Yep.
650.
Yep.
So you subtract 30 bucks, 300 bucks from it.
Yep.
So it gives you this value per week, and
Yep.
we'll give you the profit per mile. So this is what you're really profiting per mile, and profit per hour as well. So this is like really important for you to understand how much you're actually earning per
That's
hour
my
and per
net,
mile.
right? That's my net.
Exactly.
Yep.
And this is your
So net
daily
profit,
goals.
and the profit is your salary. So the profit per hour is what, for example, you should compare with what people are paying per hour. But just you are a part-time. So usually part-time drivers do have a higher expense because you're working less and your fixed costs are higher. So
Right.
you're not diluting your fixed costs more than, for example, a full-time driver would have.
Right. Well, the other thing is, from on the first page, it threw in, when I put the 650 gross, it threw in $32.50 per hour. So what I want you guys to understand, depending on your car, depending on your individual costs, I dropped from $32.50 down to $17 because that's how much my costs are. That's why we keep telling you guys,
Exactly.
do not do rideshare with a newer car, because your costs are going to be much, much, much higher than what it should be. Okay. So basically, I'm working for, and actually that number is funny. LA minimum wage, by the way, is $17 an hour, folks. So I'm working for exactly minimum wage net, though. Net.
Exactly.
Now, I put in numbers that probably are a little high because I no way in 4 hours I drive 150 miles, but I'll just for demonstration purposes, so you guys understand, this is factoring in your cost, deducting it from your gross, and it's giving you a net number. For everyone, this is going to be different. Okay.
Exactly.
And put in your numbers.
So
See what you guys are going to get.
and you also have all your cost breakdown. So how much you're really spending in your car. So like in fuel, insurance, phone bill, etc. So you have the cost per mile and the cost per hour here as well, and the work information that you gave on the first pages. So like 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, 150 miles per day on gas, paid off car. So this
Yep.
gives you all the screenshot of your business, your small business.
Yep.
And if you want to earn more, here comes the magic. All right, guys. So set your earning goals. So now you have 130 per day. Okay. So let's just say you want to earn like, I don't know, 20% more.
Yep.
So it gives you like 156, right?
Yep.
And inside the cherry picking app, okay, which is GigU, you have the earnings per hour and earnings per mile. And this is where you put inside the GigU app, the cherry picking, your value to good and a value to avoid, as well as earnings per mile, good and avoid. Okay.
Yeah.
And this will guarantee you just to pick up the best rides, what makes sense for you and your costs. So you can profit this 20%. So this is totally customizable. So let's say you want to earn 30%, 35% more.
Okay.
It gives you 120. 120 and 0.9.
Okay, so basically, once you get your results from the profit calculator, right? This is going to the next step. So now, if you have the GigU app, which you should, right? Then you can go into the app and set your filters, because there was a question that says, well, what are you setting your filters at and things like that, right? So then you can go set your filters according to what you saw with your profit calculator, and then so that your earnings will automatically go higher because it will only give you the trips that fit that criteria. So
exactly, and depends on your workload, your car, how many days you work. So this is like totally customizable, and that's why you should use the profit calculator. It's a free tool, works on iOS. And with that, if you have an Android, you just download GigU app and put this information on the GigU app, and it guarantees you to pick up the best rides, what makes sense for you. And that's why this tool is really important. You have like the demonstration video to download the app for Android. So that's about it.
okay,
If you want to like do,
is the link, because somebody was asking where's the link? Are the links in the show notes, Chris? Right?
Yep.
Okay, so the link
Yeah, so
for
if you
the
want to see
profit.
what, yeah, if you want to see your profits and where your expenses are when it comes to it, and if you're making any money or not, definitely check out the link in the description below and fill in the information that is honest and truthful. Because if you're just coming up with numbers and you're doing roundabouts, it's not going to give you the actual picture. But if you actually take the time to figure out, if you don't know some of those expenses and that, take the time, figure it out, and you will have how much you actually are making and how much you're netting. That's one of the most important things to figure out is what you're netting.
There's a quick question here,
Exactly.
which I want to hit. Mike Smith says, how is this calculator accounting for dead time? You're going to put your hours in. I will personally, when I said 20, that's how many hours I'm out there. That means online hours. You can choose to put in your active hours. You can choose to put in your online hours. A lot of drivers put it, figure it out, whatever metric they want to use. I use online hours, and I'm just going to go with that. But the app doesn't have to account for that. You account for that. You put your hours in. If you put 20, and if you earn $600, and you can do this every day, by the way, you don't have to just set it and forget it. Day to day, your earnings are going to change. I would recommend people going back, because if you do this once and you're stuck with it, and then Uber God's algorithms throw you a good day, and then you should go in and input your numbers again to see where you are, because we're going to show you guys my Boston Ironman's numbers. I mean, he pulled in a monster day. If I put those numbers, he literally earned what I earned in 4 days in LA in one single day with a driving accent standard. So his numbers are going to look ridiculous, obviously, right? So it's up to you guys.
And also, if I might ask, you go on, Pedro.
There's one more use case that I see people using, which is simulating other cars. So, like, for example, if you want to buy, not editing, but you can close it, Thiago. You can just close it.
You can close it and do I do have in my account, I do have several cars tested.
Yeah. So you can, for example, simulate, okay, I want to buy an electric car and I want to finance it. How would that affect my profits? Would that be a good investment to make? So you can simulate a lot of cars. You can do it for your friends, for another person that is a driver that wants more information. So you can make a lot of simulations over there, like Thiago just did. And there's no more need
to. Great idea. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I think that's a fantastic idea. Let's say your car is on its last legs. You're looking to buy a new car, no new car, another car to continue ride sharing. Put the inputs, put the parameters of that car you're thinking of getting, and then you move on, and then you'll see what types of chips you should accept with the help of GigU app to fit your parameters for that car. So that's a good idea. The one last thing I want to mention about the GigU app, I received an email from a driver in a state that has minimum guarantees. Okay, and so if you're in Massachusetts, if you are in New York, and this driver was in New York State, if you're in Minneapolis, if you're in California, we have these propositions in our states. So what you can do, you can actually utilize the GigU app, because what these apps do is they feed you trips that are under the threshold because they hold your money for 2 weeks and then give it to you as a top off 2 weeks later. So if you don't want to play their game, what you do is you set your limits right at their parameters, and then the GigU app will on. So there is no more, they keep your money for 2 weeks and then they'll top you off 2 weeks later after they float your money. So you could use the GigU app for that as well, which I think I hadn't thought about that either, which I think is a really, really valid tool.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no more need for drivers not to use data on their side. Every driver should be data driven, not driving without data. So there's no more excuse.
Yep, data is power. You got to use your own data, and then be honest with yourselves, folks. I mean, put your numbers in. It's going to spit out a number. Now you're going to figure out what your profits are. You're out there for profits. I know some of you are out there for retirement purposes and whatever not, but even we're out there to make money. I'm not buying that we're out there to socialize. So I'm not anyway. But so please go to the show notes during the show. You can do it. Just click more. You'll see both links, right? Let's quickly hit upon the game, right?
Yeah, I'll bring it up the game real quick. Pedro, if you want to talk just a little bit about the game, the idea for it, and
this is also for iOS, and I think Pedro left. I think this is also for iOS and Android as well.
Exactly.
I'm going to play the game, and I'm going to screen record. Thiago says it's really difficult, so we'll see how it goes. I take his word for it, but it's a fun tool. It's an RSG exclusive, by the way. Nobody else has the game. All right, let's play this back.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just showcase the game real quick. So earning or paying to work, a day in the life of a rideshare driver. So this is like the storytelling about the game. So Charles, the rideshare driver, has 8 hours to make 200 net to pay his overdue bill. So basically the idea is just like Tinder. So you have like swipe right or swipe left to accept or decline the trip. But the thing is, you have only 5 seconds to decide if it's worth it. Okay. And within the first 5 rides, we'll teach you how to evaluate the ride offers. And with the GigU help, this smart copilot will tell you if the ride is worth it or not. But that's just the tutorial and for 5 trips. Okay. So like for this one here, the green rating says yes. So just put yes. This no, reject. This is yes. So like just do the math. The GigU just automatically gives you the clue. So just keep grinding. So now to start a real game, you don't have GigU help.
Hold on a second. So the tutorial is, so you still have to do some math in your head, right?
Yeah, but GigU gives you like the color grading system, green or red, if it's worth it or not. But now without GigU, you have to decide by your own.
Okay, I'm gonna enjoy this game. Yeah, and probably play it for like 18 hours and throw my phone into the pool. That's what's gonna happen.
And everyone that is watching the live right now, I really bet you guys to challenge you guys to beat the game and help Charles, because it's really difficult. Of course, we know that you guys don't have actually 5 seconds to decide, but imagine yourself like driving, dropping off the passengers, watching the traffic, and at the end you do have like about 5 to 6 seconds to decide the trip. So it's basically that's the life of the drivers right now.
Oh, did you guys set it at 5 seconds?
Yeah, we do have like if you don't put the 5 seconds, you just automatically declines the trip. Okay. So let's just start right now.
Oh, that's a take. No, I'll take that one. That's a decline.
Decline. Okay.
Yeah. That's $30 an hour. I'll take it.
Oh, time's up.
Too late.
Decline.
Decline, right? You have to be real quick.
So decline.
Okay.
Take.
Take. All right, good.
That's on the right one. I'll take it.
Oh, no worries.
That's okay. I'm desperate. That's decline. That's opportunity cost right there.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take.
Oh shit! No, sorry.
Bro, come on, man. Help me out here. I'm focusing. Decline. Oh my god. Thiago. Okay, folks, I'm gonna play this game. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of this game. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Just
Go
keep
ahead, Pedro.
accepting everything.
Okay, this one declined for sure. Decline, bro. It's like 70 minutes. 15, 8, 88, 40, 30. Take.
I'll just accept everyone here just so you can understand like
Okay, we'll finish the game. How many trips are you showing, by the way?
Depends on how much you're actually accepting, because you have to accept the trip, like let's say 26 minutes, this one here total.
Okay.
It consumes the total time of 80 hours of work.
Oh, okay.
So it just keeps consuming your workload, sorry.
I got
so let's just say you just accept every trip, and
so that the parameters is set for 80 hours a week.
8 hours a day. Yeah,
8 hours a day.
8 hours a day. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I
You know
will
what?
definitely play the game. I'll put out
to show you. This is a great way to show the difference between the people who accept everything, and then you can kind of see the breakdown there, and then the ones who are cherry picking and see the difference between what your expected earnings are when it comes to that.
Exactly.
You won't be able to win the game if you don't cherry pick.
Yeah,
and that's impossible. Just like real life.
That's the hint.
It's impossible. You have to cherry pick.
There is a website link. Okay, there's a good idea for you guys here. Check this out. Why not have a website link in the GigU app? There you go. Free advice.
Yep, in the GigU.
Yeah.
And Matt
we'll put it in.
It's in the show notes, Matt. In the show notes.
Description, Matt. Description. And Matt, you know what I want you to do? I want you to record you playing the game too and seeing what you would do.
Oh, I'll be cussing right through this.
That's what I want to see.
I'll be cussing right through this game for sure. I'll be like, what? Insults. And how many trips are you showing, by the way, during the game? How many trips?
It depends.
It's a lot.
A lot?
Yeah,
okay. So I really have
to
focus like a trip for like 5-10 minutes. Oh, damn.
You can get a trip that will take you 1.5 hours, so you're already consuming almost a lot of the 8 hours. And if you keep rejecting, also it does shave off a little bit of the time.
Okay.
But you have to be really selective and do the math.
Okay.
On those 5 seconds, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll play the game. I'll record it and then post it. So, all right, folks, let's summarize because we kept them on more than we need to keep them on, but time flies. So, number one. Seriously, I want to sum up this profit calculator must be used. Okay. It tells you the true story of what's happening. By the way, how do EV drive? Well, you have a place for EV, right?
Yeah, electric.
Okay. One, you have to do that. It's really shows you. It's you looking into the mirror. And I've been doing this all this time. Have I been really profitable? Because outside a few handful of drivers that I personally know who are spreadsheet addicts, right? Nobody. They just kind of put it in their head. I put 20 gas in today. I'll change this, that. Folks, just free. It's free. Go do it. Okay. And I really think it'll just tell you the story of your rideshare career, where you are.
Exactly.
So. David, yep.
All right.
Anything else, guys? Anything else to finish?
Well, I think that's it. I mean, I just want to say, like, the profit calculator, it's about know your numbers and cherry picking games, just practicing your choices and like spreading the word of cherry picking. And together they train, empower, and like protect drivers from algorithm traps and unprofitable decisions. So I think together it's really cool to share with your friends and drivers to spread this word.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for coming on. We'll be in touch. You guys will see the victory on that game.
I want to see that.
I'll challenge you.
Oh, you will. Actually, after the show, I'm going to go mess around with it for a couple hours. Probably. I'll be at a restaurant playing the game, and then I'll be like screaming, and people will be looking at me like, "What's wrong?"
All right, guys. It was a pleasure, Chris. Thank you, Sergio.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.